So you want to know how accurate Social Blade earnings are? Well, I've just pulled this off the website. Estimated earnings are just that, estimated. We take a low CPM value, 25 cents or so, and a high CPM value, $4, and then just multiply that into their view count. The only thing accurate they're getting is the view count and the subscriber count, because this stuff is public and they can just fetch it off an API. However, earnings and revenue is all hidden behind, well, whoever owns the account. So we're not actually able to see that data. So it depends on what kind of content they're making. Are you checking out a competitor's YouTube channel, or are you trying to estimate for your own? It depends. Are you making shorts? Are you making videos that are a minute long? Are you making videos that are 8 minutes long? What are the viewer demographics? Are most of the viewers from India? Because then you're not going to get very high earnings, because Indians aren't going to spend as much as Americans, for example. How old are they? Generally, older people tend to have higher RPMs because they're a more desirable advertiser-friendly market, as opposed to 10-year-olds who are going to have to beg their mum for their credit card. What location? Of course, we've already covered that. Differences, right? Because up here it says CPM. That's not what you're taking home. That's what the advertisers are paying. CPM stands for cost per mil, which in translated into layman's terms is cost per 1,000 subscribers. 1,000 views, sorry. Cost per 1,000 views, that's how much the advertisers are paying. That's not how much the YouTube channel is earning, because YouTube have to take their cut. There are certain kind of metrics have to be taken out. What you're actually taking home is RPM, revenue per mil. In layman's terms, revenue per 1,000 views. So this is instantly wrong, because they're saying CPM and not RPM. So this would be less. If the CPM was 25 cents, you might only be getting a 10% RPM. So therefore you're even only taking home 10 cents. $4 would go down to 2, maybe even lower, maybe a $1.50. So you've all got to factor this in. Plus, there's competition in the market. Social Blade isn't the only tracker website anymore. There's much better options out there. Of course, not all of them are free. Most of them are paid. FewStats, for example, it's Mr. Beast's website. He's only recently published it or made it public, and they're still gathering data, so technically it doesn't have that long store of channels. If you're not looking at a popular channel, it probably might not even have the data for the whole year. Obviously, this is going to change as the website gets older and is going to gather more data, but currently if you go on a new channel, or a channel that isn't super popular, maybe it's only got 50,000 subscribers, maybe 100,000 subscribers, you're only going to get maybe a 6-month date window of data. So you're only going to get 6 months of how many views they've gotten, and obviously how much revenue estimated. So why don't you just calculate it yourself? Okay, you don't need a website. They're going to give you the views, they're going to give you the subscribers, and you can make an estimate yourself. You don't need this website to spoon feed you this information, because you can just make an estimate yourself with those accurate numbers of views. So first of all, choose the low end. Okay, so if you're looking at competition, or maybe even looking at your own channel to try and estimate how much you're going to earn when you're monetized, choose the low end. Okay, don't think you're going to be getting these $20 RPMs, because you're going to get very disappointed. This is just from my experience. It's not financial advice. However, just so you know, I'm legit. I still own multiple YouTube channels that are all monetized, so I know what I'm talking about. Shorts, really, if you're going to look on the low end, just say, to be on the safe side, 10 cents, okay? 10 cents RPM. We're talking about RPM, not CPM, because RPM is what you want to be looking at. Forget CPM. CPM is not important. RPM is what you want. That's how much money you're going to be earning, RPM. 10 cent RPM. So not horrible if you consider it with the likes of Instagram or TikTok. You can earn more with music. So if you get a music deal, YouTube actually, for shorts, it's different. They actually split the revenues. If you put music on a long form video and it's copyrighted, you're just going to lose all of the revenue. However, with shorts, you actually get a proportion anyway. So if you have music as well and you own the rights to that music, you actually make basically double as much money. If you increase the length of the shorts as well for above 30 seconds, then you're going to make more money than a 20-second short, because it's all based on how long your videos get people to stay on YouTube. That's how it basically calculates it. Videos under 1 minute, so these are usually, short memes, short animations. They're probably only really going to be getting 10 cents, unless it's something revolutionary. It might push up to $1, but on the low end, let's just keep it nice and simple, 10 cents. Videos 1 to 8 minutes, this can vary widely, especially if you're doing a very kind of advertiser-friendly topic like finance or travel in some cases, or something, I know, retirement accounts. It's going to bump that up. But if you're just estimating, just say $1, okay? Just say $1 RPM. Don't get too excited. Keep your hopes low. If the video is 1 to 8 minutes long, $1 RPM. You could be earning less than this, especially if the user isn't watching for the full 8 minutes and they're only watching a minute. That means they're only going to get served one ad. They're not going to get served the ads at the end. They're not going to get served banner ads. Just say $1. Videos, if it's 8 to 20 minutes, that's where you get the mid-rolls, baby. Okay, so you can start earning a lot more because the user is going to watch multiple ads throughout the video. So 8 to 20 minutes, I'd say maybe a $5 RPM. And this is assuming that the videos are getting watched most of the way. If they're only watching for a minute and it's a 20-minute long video, they're only going to see one ad. But if they're watching for 20 minutes, they might see 5 ads in the time they're watching, plus all those banner ads. They're going to pay for how many time they spend looking at them, how many time it stays displayed upon the screen. So just the revenue keeps building up. And if the video is 20 minutes or longer, you're probably going to be getting a $10 RPM. If it's an hour, 2 hours, and they're getting watched like pretty hefty amount of time, you're going to get $20. You might even get that the hallowed $40 RPM. But don't get your hopes up, okay? Stick with $10, and when you actually get monetized, you're gonna maybe surprise yourself. You can crack open a bottle of champagne with your earnings. Anyway, hope this video helped. See you next time.